So, team based learning is a form of cooperative peer learning that's a little more structured than just saying, I do group work sometimes in class. So, it follows sort of a phase where students prepare for class or for a unit of content. And then they go through what's called a readiness assurance process where they take a quiz and they take it as an individual test, and then they take it right away with their team where they have the opportunity to argue about what the correct answers are and decide together on what the answer is. And we use scratch off cards in our class. And then after going through this readiness assurance process, which helps students figure out either where they have misconceptions or where the gaps in their knowledge are, where they haven't prepared enough, the next couple of classes in the unit, depending on how your units are structured, it could be 3 or 4 classes or maybe even 6. It just depends on the nature of your course. But after that, based on what your specific learning objectives are, students work on team assignments in class where they're not just assignments where students can say, okay, you do this part and you do this part, where they, farm out the different aspects of a project. It's really more of an assignment where they have to come to a group decision using the content that they've studied ahead of time and are hopefully prepared to work with. And so that's interspersed with some lecture to help clarify difficult concepts, either to introduce a topic or even as a follow-up to something where maybe they've all struggled with something. So it's a bit more structured than just saying I do group work here and there in class. Class size really doesn't matter. And in fact, a lot of people don't even try to do it in a large class because it is a bit more management of people. But in a small class, it would work great. Um, I would say as long as you had at least enough people to have a few different teams, it would work really well.